Hot.com here with the legendary Eddie Hearn. Eddie, mate, how big is this fight?
Huge fight. I mean, you saw it there. I'm just sitting there in awe of both men. You know, very difficult, obviously, to pick a winner. The game of our guy, Dmitry Bivol, but it's a true 50-50 fight. I think one of the best fights in boxing.
And there's some big fights coming up still in Riyadh. We've got a Fury Usyk rematch, mate. How do you think that one's going to go?
I think it's always going to be difficult to beat Usyk. You know, I think people do forget the first fight was close. You know, so Usyk was the rightful winner, but Fury can make changes. You know, he can adapt, and you know, he has to come better in that fight to try and beat him.
What do you think of the announcement of the Gervonta Davis-Roach fight?
I think that, you know, it's had a lot of criticism, but it's not a bad fight. You know, Lamont Roach is a world champion. He's smaller than Gervonta Davis. The problem is not many people are aware of who he is or his ability. But he can fight. I don't think it's a huge fight, but not a terrible one.
Huge announcement too. Benavidez.
Interesting fight, you know.
Versus
I've
Morrell.
got to give him props there. You know, I think I've always rated Morrell very highly, but I didn't think he looked great last time out. But he's a very, very good fighter. And again, he doesn't have a huge profile, so it's a very high risk, low reward for Benavidez. But I have to give him props for fighting him.
Me
and
too.
He's a very good fighter.
He wants all the smoke, Benavidez.
Yeah.
He wants Canelo. Also, too, talking to Noona Boy today, who's on the golf course, and he wanted to know, wanted me to ask you personally why Liam Paro is fighting in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, we really explored the options in Australia. We weren't able to secure a site deal within the time frame that we had. You know, they work off a very long lead time now. And it got to a point where it was like, I think we should just take care of the mandatory. Richardson Hitchens is a good fight. He's the mandatory challenger. Get it out of the way. And, you know, I didn't think it was right to do that fight in America on Richardson Hitchens' home turf. We received a site deal from Puerto Rico to stage a show there, and we decided to take Liam Paro back there. Financially it works for us. It can give Liam Paro, it can give Richardson Hitchens all the money that they need for that fight. It's neutral territory as well, kind of neutral, because Liam Paro had a very nice time in Puerto Rico last time. So yes, it's a great fight, to be honest with you, and Liam's on a great run of form. And you know, if he wins that fight out there, we'll be looking to bring him home to Australia in the summer of 2025 in a big fight.
You're doing great work for Australian boxing. You got two on this one, Sky Nicholson and Jai Patea. Please quickly tell me about them two, both world title defences.
Yeah, I mean, for Jai, you know, he wants to unify the division. It's actually quite a tough fight against Massey. I think he'll be too good for him, but he's a tough kid, Jack Massey, and you know, he's got to look good here, Jai, on Saturday, and then we can move into all those big unification fights in 2025. For Sky, the toughest fight of her career so far. You know, a good clash of styles. Raven's quite an aggressive fighter. Sky's hardly lost a round in her professional career so far. I think she'll shine on Saturday night. I think she's the best featherweight in the world, and I think she'll prove it.
And before we finish up, what is the guy with Oscar De La Hoya's clapback Thursdays? What is his issue with you, Eddie? I mean, seriously.
It's very flattering. Very humbling that a pound for pound great, you know, I can burn him so deep into his soul. So I'm enjoying him. It's great for my profile. I hope he keeps doing them, and I hope he's happy.
Thanks for your time, Eddie.
Cheers, mate.